Atma hasn't it come?
No, it's not.
New students.
Looks like it. She went home, but she'll come back, she said.
She said she'd be back half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago.
Yeah.
She said she would be here an hour ago. She said she would be here half an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Naisha tarkena matirapaneya
Naisha tarkena matirapaneya
Proktanyenaiva sujnanaya preshtha
Proktanyenaiva sujnanaya preshta
Yam tvamapasatya dhritirbatasi
Yam tvamapasatya dhritirvatasi
Tvadringno bhuyan nachiketah prashta
Svadringno bhuyam nachiketah prashta
Tvadringno bhuyat
Svadringno bhuyam
nachiketah prashta.
nachiketah prashta.
It's tempting to put a visarga there, but there is no visarga there. Yeah. Because that is the word prashta, like neta. Prashta, prashtarau, prashtarah. Prashtri is the pratipadika. So, we saw the meaning of this, but not the bhashya. Yes?
Yes.
So, again, continuing with the stuti of the Vidya and the student, Lord Yama continues. Let us see what he says. What Adi Shankara says, he says. Ataha Ananya Prokte Atmani Utpanna Ya Iyam Agama Pratipadya Atma Matihi Na Esha Tarkena Swabuddhi Abhyuha Matrena Apaneya Na Prapaniya इत्यर्थः अतः अनन्य प्रोक्ते सति. We saw all that different meanings of ananya and different meanings of prokta, different meanings of ananya and all what it meant in the last mantra, the 4 or 5 possibilities and 4 or 5 possibilities of the meaning of the word gati. Only then the Atma is understood, and from that understanding of that Ananya, whether you take Atma to be Ananya, what is Ananya? Non-separate. So, if you take Atma to be the Ananya or the teacher to be the Ananya or whatever you take to be Ananya, once it is Ananyali communicated, in an Ananya way communicated, what arises as a result? Clarity rises, correct? When the Atma is properly communicated, what happens? The knowledge, they say, rises. Actually, it's the clarity that was taking a nap, rising. It gets up and it says, hello, the world looks different. So, it is what rises. And so, he says, Ya iyam matihi. That clarity, here mati should, I told you, mati means many things, Mati means what? Brain, thinking, and mati also, me matihi, my opinion. It means cognitive process. It means understanding. Here it means the knowledge of the Atma gained through the correct process of having a teacher who is who talks about the Atma Aikya, Bodha, that knowledge of Brahmatma being one, Brahman and Atma being one is called Aikya, Ekasya Bhava. Eka means what? One. Eka plus Shyanj becomes Aikya. Shyanj, this meaning belonging to one or of the nature of one. It gives that sense of ness. One plus ness, oneness. Aikya. That is what it is. So Shyanj causes Adi Vriddhi, the Vriddhi of the first syllables. Vriddhi of A is Vriddhi of A is a Ayo Rama. Vriddhi of A is A. Right? Yeah? A. Till we die we have to say A. No. What is Vriddhi of A? I. Sure?
Yes.
Yeah. We need to consult the Guna Vriddhi table? No. Okay. Vriddhi of A is I. Okay. Vriddhi of I is? No more Vriddhi. That is where the Vriddhi stops. The Vriddhi stops here at I. So, Ekaha becomes Aik. Aikaha. So then that Shyanj, the Sha goes away. Because that Sha, that is the second Sha, the not the palatal, the cerebral Sha goes away. Because that is just an indicator. It brings in this thing, Adivriddhi. And then the Yam it becomes, correct? Shyang. So that Yang is only there. That Yang becomes Yam. And that Aikaha plus Shyanj, that Sha goes away, Aikyam. This is Brahmatmaikyam. Brahmatma and Aikyam. Brahmascha sau Atma cha Brahmatma and Tasya Aikyam. That the oneness of, Tayoho Aikyam. And the oneness of those two is what is taught in this manner. And then what happens here? As a result of that, Utpanna ya iyam agama paratipadya matihi. So a mati, a cognitive faculty born of the proper teaching of the Shastra. So certain things have to come for this Esha Mati to come, come to the fore. Esha clarity to come to the fore. We need Agama Pratipadya, it should be. Taught by Agama. Who is Agama? Shastra. Upanishad. So taught by the Shastra. Of course, Shastra is not going to, put a pair of shoes and come over and teach you. How does the Shastra come? Along with it brings in the teacher, or the teacher brings in the Shastra for free. The teacher is a package deal. Whether you like or not, the teacher has to come, might as well get used to it. And so then what happens? So the teacher is brought in by Ananya Prokte. It was already talked about here in the Bhashya. So the non-separate teacher. The teacher who is non-separate. Correct? And the one who is teaching in a non-separate fashion and teaching what? That Shastra, and what is born as a result of this teaching is called Esha Matihi. Understood? Yeah. That clarity. And of course the clarity has to reside somewhere. For starters, brain cells is a good place for it to reside in the mind. So that is called clarity. And so that clarity is alluded to here as Esha Matihi. And then what to do with this Mati? And it also says it is not the result. Na esha. Tarkena. It is not born of logic. What is it born of? It's born of the proper teaching from the proper Shastra wielded properly by a proper Guru who has been taught properly. Okay? Yeah. So, it is born only in that way. The cognition of the Atma is born only in that way, no other way. Na tarkena, not by logic. Not by logic. And what is logic? He defines logic as swabuddhi abhi uha matrena. So, abhi uha means what? Abhi is spontaneous, sudden, right now, all around, so many meanings of the word abhi. Uha. Uha means what? Guesswork, imagination, a figment of what you think is happening. Because if you just sit outside, facing the window and start looking at the clouds, one of them in the plane, this happens. You get the window seat when going somewhere, and you sit and you watch, and then one cloud will look like teddy bear. And if you watch it long enough, it turns into a monster immediately from a different angle, because the plane has, first it looks like a teddy bear, and then the plane swerves and goes this side, then it looks like it's coming on, it's coming like out to get you. Then it has grown these big teeth, canines. Yeah, same cloud. Then you watch it long enough, what happens? It starts to come and get you. Yeah, it's coming straight after you. So all these things. So this is all abhyuha. This is uha, uhate. Yeah, to guess. Yeah. First you guess and then you go That's what it is. This guesswork is what is called uha. Figment of the imagination. What kind of visualization? The kind of visualization when it is that Kala Harana type visualization, time pass. For time pass, what kind of visualizations one does? So many kinds of things one keeps seeing. You can start seeing a city in the clouds, and then you can say, this whole city belongs to me. Correct? And as soon as you say the city belongs to me, what happens? Poof! It's gone. It changes into something else. Right? So much for the city in the clouds. This is called, what is that? Nagari. Nagari means city. And what kind of a Nagari? Megha Nagari. Cloud city. And you can look at all kinds of things. You can see teddy bears, you can see monsters, you can see houses, you can also pick which one you want, which cloud you want to sit on and call it cloud 9. You can do all kinds of things. You can see angels, you can see all kinds of things. So this is abhyuha. It is nice for time pass. You're sitting on a plane, nothing to do, and you have watched all the movies that they can show you, or you are not interested in what they are showing. So what do? You look out of the window and then make names for the clouds and have a nice time pass. That's okay for that. But when it comes to Shastra, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or whether it is Kathopanishad, you can't just sit and say, I am going to just, imagine what Lord Yama is telling Nachiketa. You cannot just sit and imagine. How are you going to imagine? I'm going to imagine that Atma is Karma Phala. How? If Atma is Karma Phala, are you here or not? Maybe. So if you are here, if you say yes, and if you don't say maybe, if you say yes, then what happens? You are here, correct? So how can you be the product of Karma Phala? How can you be a product? Whose Karma Phala? You are already here. So you should be the product of someone else's Karma Phala. Yes, I am my parents' Karma Phala. Yes, that you are. That much we know. That's why, sometimes when the mothers and the fathers get very frustrated with their very naughty children, they say, Ayyo Karma. Ayyo Karma, you have come into my life. Because the child is just the opposite of the parents. And the parent, the child already thinks after a certain age, not at 3 or 4, too young, 8 or 9, between 7 and 9, the child starts to have, every child has a doubt, am I adopted? Because I am nothing like these people. I don't even look like them. I don't act like them. Whatever I like, they don't like. Whatever they like, I hate. Am I adopted? I surely must be adopted. They just are not telling me. And the parents think, are we sure that no exchange took place in the hospital? Is this really our child? The parents are also confused. And so therefore it is karma. Yes, that certain families are brought together at certain times. It is karma alone. But you cannot say, I am a result of someone else's karma phala alone. That is not the whole truth of who you are. Because the one that is saying, I am, is not subject to destruction. I am is not subject to destruction. So this mati, this understanding has to come properly taught by a proper teacher in a proper way, using the proper tools of the proper Upanishads. What is the proper Upanishad? The Upanishad is the only prop, and that is what is proper. This is what, using this we have to see the whole magic of this. Otherwise what happens, it is abhyuha. You sit and start thinking, Atma is finite. I heard a voice that came, and many people say that. Many people say that, and then whether the teachers say this or not, their students have a big story around them, and they will have lots of students also. And yes, Swamiji has very mystical experiences. Let him have, let him enjoy. What do I get out of it? Oh, just you just have to sit, watch, and enjoy. No, but I also want the same knowledge. No, that's not possible. Only special people like this person, this Swami can have it, nobody else can have it. That's not what our thing is. This is not Vedanta. So then all kinds of things, and these people get to write books also. Whether they are academics or whatever, there is deep down, somewhere there is this oneness, and this oneness is to be realized. How do you realize it? You have to dive inside the swimming pool of the self, and then what, And then, you're just having a good time there. Time comes to a standstill, everything comes to a standstill, and then you're not sure whether you're breathing or not. That's called drowning, okay? Yeah, that's when you have to be taken out and given some CPR. Yeah. I have an out-of-body experience. Exactly. Yeah, that is when the oxygen is not going to the brain. This has to be severely, this is a severe case, of water entering the lungs. Yeah. This is not, so there is nothing mystical about this. Atma, Ajnanam is there. It needs to be removed properly in the proper manner. And that having come on the track and understanding the need for Shastra, for Shasta. Who is Shasta? Oh, the mountain in California. Mount Shasta. Shastri, not Shastra. Shastri, that vowel. First case, Shasta, Shastaro, Shastara first, that's how it goes. Shastri, teacher. And maybe that Shasta is named, maybe in Native American also there might be something like that. That mountain is something else. You've seen? Yeah, very nice, amazing, beautiful. And so Shastra is needed, Shasta is needed, Shishya is needed, and Shad is needed. Yeah, the 4 Shakaras, 5, Shatka Sampatti, that is also needed, another kind of Sha. Yeah, and so all these things are needed. The qualifications are needed. The one who is qualified is Shishya, Shikshana Yogya, Shishya. Acharya is needed, Shastra is needed, and then this Mati is born. And the Mati here is a committed pursuit of the knowledge. And this is na prapaniya, first meaning. It is not got through just sitting and spinning tales about Atma. It is called wool gathering. Yeah, that's what it's called. You sit and gather wool. It's called wool gathering, combing the non-existent sheep and gathering wool. And what is the result? Nothing. Just speculations. Atma is, we already saw this. Bahudha chintyamanah. It's the root of many speculations. Atma asti nasti, shuddha, impure, is there, is not there. And then mukta baddha, it's bound but it has to be freed. No, it is free but then it has to be bound by the Shastra. All these strange ideas and ideologies, they are not derived even though from logic, even though you are the best logician. And tarka, he doesn't even give it the status of logic. He said swabuddhi, spinnena, abhyuhena matrena. Only by the spinning of the buddhi you don't get it. Why? Because one is, you are the problem, the solution is also centered on you, and you cannot see you. You have to be shown you. That is what it is. Through the Shastra becomes a mirror, and this mirroring is what is needed. So na prapaniya ityarthaha, the first meaning. So prapaniya, apaneya, it's also got another meaning. Apa plus ni, apani. Apani, as I told you, apa has the opposite meaning. Ni means to take, lead. Apani means what? Mislead. Yeah. The upasarga, the prefix apa means bad news. Yeah. Apavada, like that. So apa plus ni, apaneya. Apa plus ni, but plus ani here. Apaneya, and it's feminine. Apaneya, it goes with matihi. Matihi, apaneya. So apaneya means mislead literally, but here in the context it means, what is that? To let go. Yeah, ni to lead, apa plus ni to not be led, to let go of, hatavya. And so that is what it is. So na esha, na apanetavya va na hatavya. So apaneya means to abandon, to be misled, to be misled to the point of abandoning, to be derailed from. That's the very good way to put it. To be derailed from this mati. Na derailiya means don't get derailed. Na apaneya, please do not be derailed. After gaining this understanding, that this is the only way the Atma is understood, the Atma is known, should not be please don't destroy this buddhi, this clarity which is coming, this clarity which is growing, please don't destroy. What is the object of destruction here? Tarkena. Instrument of destruction here is tarka, is abhyuha, all kinds of imaginations, all kinds of logic, all kinds of fears and terrors which arise, resistances, blocks. Protect this mati, protect this nascent understanding and this nascent growing clarity by not letting it be hijacked, na apaniya, misled, hijacked, not letting it be hijacked by tarka. And here again he gives the meaning for tarka. Let us see. Na apanetavya va na hatavya tarkikah hi अनात्मज्ञः स्वबुद्धि परिकल्पितं यत्किंचिदेव कथयति. Yeah. So tarkiko hi, so na hatavya, tarkena. So here tarka is not the logic of your own mind, like, oh, maybe Atma is many, because so many people are there, so I is also many, so many eyes, so little time, and so where is the oneness? Let's give it up and go under the covers. This is the hopelessness that has come. That is sitting by yourself and spinning the imagination. Correct? So that is wool gathering done by oneself. The second meaning of the word tarkaha is the person. Tarkikaha he takes. Tarkaha Tarkikaha. Tarkaha plus Than, I think, some kind of a tha thing, which becomes Ika. Thasya Ikaha. 711 or 712. Yeah, and so that is what it is. So Thasya Ikaha, so some kind of a Than type suffix. So Tarka plus Ik, Tarkikaha, meaning the one who practices, the agent of practicing Tarka. And how will that person sound? He or she will be, very convincing. What is moksha? Well, it's freedom. That's what we all want. Who told you we all want that? Well, that's what all the acharyas say. That's what Bhagavad Gita also says. That's what Upanishad says, that we all want that. Really? Go to the mall, ask anybody, do you want moksha? They will say, buy me one mocha. They will not even know the meaning of moksha. They will say, mocha, yes, take me to Starbucks. They will not say moksha. Who will say moksha? They have freedom. You translate even, all right. I'm going to give you extra credit. Translate. Say, do you want freedom? We say, what is wrong with you? I'm free. I'm free enough to carry my gun everywhere I want, thanks to the new laws. I'm free enough to go into any shop. Yes, the NSA is watching, but still I'm free. And I'm free enough to do whatever I want. Who are you? I'm free enough to leave you here talking to yourself because I don't want to listen to you any longer. You go to any movie and say, would you rather attend Vedanta class instead of going to the movie? The unanimous answer will be no. Yeah. And if it is rural India and you ask this question, they will have rotten eggs and tomatoes. Yeah. Because this is what happens. If they make realistic movies just like life, or they will not like. They want a hero running around the tree, catching the heroine, and then they want some songs, and they want a nice ending. They don't want to see any difficulties because their life is difficult enough. So people are already feeling escaped. They are using so many mechanisms of escape. So the Tarkikaha here, Tarkikaha, they are not logicians. They are just people with a different kind of reasoning. Misleading reasoning. And so, Tarkikaha he defines as Anatmagnaha. Atmagnaha. Atmanam janati iti Atmagnaha. Anatmagnaha. Anatmanam janati iti. No. Knows Anatma. Big deal. What is Anatma? Not Atma. So knows not Atma. What does the person know? What is there in the world? Only Atma. Everything is Atma. Whatever you know is Atma alone. But if you have a special degree in Anatma, then what does that mean? No. No, it's not, Anatmanam janati, Atmanam na janati iti Anatmagnaha. It's not that he knows Anatma, he or she, but does not know the Atma, that's the point. So the logician is not a person of knowledge. He is not a Vidwan. The logician will just convince the nascent understanding. Moksha. Have you seen moksha? Well, no, but I want it. That's why I'm attending the classes. I'm enjoying them also. Well, who told you are enjoying them? No, we have a good time. Who told you have a good time? Well, if people keep asking questions like this, then the doubt comes. Am I having a good time? Well, not really, actually. No, because think of all the things you could be doing. Is your house clean? Well, no, everything is piled up. See, you could be cleaning the house in the time that you're sitting and wasting and listening to this nonsense. All right, fine, I'm not saying there is no moksha. Go with your Upanishad. Yes, there is moksha, fine, let us even take it for granted. Answer me this question. How many people have you seen get moksha? Yeah, that is also true. Even after 20 years of Vedanta, they act like monkeys. So, this is how the nascent clarity, even I, after so many years of Vedanta, I get angry and I get upset, I get all disturbed. So yeah, who really must be getting this moksha? Maybe teacher has moksha. Well, you see the teacher 3-4 hours a day, that's all. What do you know what they do in their room? Maybe they have a big bucket to cry all the tears. How do you know? This is all is called kutarka. Yeah, they are not tarkikaha, they are kutarkikaha. And then what do? They mislead you. This is how. And then if you hang around such people for a long time, that nascent clarity is disturbed. And here Lord Yama is telling Nachiketa, don't let that happen to you, my son, my child. Preshta, my dearest one. Don't let that happen to you. Two meanings. One is, this is not attained through tarka, first meaning. So, apaneya is taken as apaniya, prapaniya, prap to gain, to attain. The second meaning, apa plus ni, apanetavya. Apa plus ni plus aniyar, apanetavya. Apanetavya means nahatavya, that na has always to be taken. Na esha matihi apanetavya. Please don't lose this clarity by association with or starting to believe all that the people around you start saying. What will you get out of this? Why do you keep going to the class? You went yesterday. Did you get enlightened? Well, no. They say it's a process. How long? You've been going for years. What's happened? You still get angry. Yeah, that's also true. I think I should stop going. You see, the temptation is like that. So, na apanetavya, nahatavya. Why? He says, tarkiko hi, prayashah, anatmagnyah. They don't know what they are talking about. So do not listen to them. Tarkika, logician, for sure, is the one who doesn't know the Atma. Why doesn't the logician know the Atma? What does Adi Shankara, have against logician? Why is he biased against logicians? He is not biased against logicians. Yeah. Because Atma is not a subject matter for the pramana called inference, or about, based on which logic operates. So therefore the logician, Atma cannot be derived logically. I pinched myself. I said, ow. Therefore, I exist. Is this logic? This is how the Vaisheshika, Nayayika, this is how they use the logic. This is called kutarka. So therefore he says, tarkiko hi, because the tarkika is basically an anatmagnaha. And then swabuddhi, we saw this. Swabuddhi parikalpitam yat kinchideva kathayati. They say whatever they feel like. Yat kinchideva. Yat kinchit means whatever. Yat and kinchit together. Yat means what? Kinchit means whatever. When the two are together, it means anything they want. Yat kinchideva. Whatever they feel like at any given moment, kathayati, will tell. And then, and where does this yat kinchit come from? Where does the matter for this yat kinchit, whatever they tell, come from? Swabuddhi parikalpitam. Yeah. Born out of their, fertile, imagination, inference, etc. Wrong means for the Atma. The means of knowledge for the Atma is Shastram eva pramana. Shastra pramana alone. Shastra is the only means of knowledge. That's how you come to know you are free. Not any other way. And then, but here they use their thinking cap too much. Ataha eva cha ya iyam agama prabhuta matihi yena eva agama bhignena acharyena eva tarkikat prokta sati सुज्ञानाय भवति हे प्रेष्ठ प्रियतम oh dearest one, therefore I say, Lord Yama says, atah, therefore I say, ya iyam agama prabhuta mati, prabhuta, born, nicely born of the Shastra. Yeah. That's huh?
We have anyena
eva. Ataha eva no. Ataha anyena eva. Oh, okay.
Not yena, not yena eva, we have anyena.
Yeah, I don't have ya iyam I have. Ya iyam agama prabhuta matihi. Yeah.
Atah eva cha.
Yeah. Ya iyam agama prabhuta matihi.
Matihi anyena.
Yeah, I've not come till there.
Okay.
Yeah, we are only looking at agama prabhuta.
When Swamiji was chanting.
Oh, I left that out.
I thought I just heard yena.
Oh,
So I just want to
matihi
make sure.
anye, yeah, anyeneva, yeah, okay. All right, so anyeneva, yeah, correct. No, we have the same patha.
Okay.
I must have skipped it. So, ya iyam prabhuta matihi. Prabhuta means born nicely. Yeah. From where? Shastra yonitvat. This is Brahma Sutra. Yeah. Shastrameva yonihi. Shastra yonihi. One meaning. Brahman. The source of Brahman, the yoni for Brahman is what? The Shastra. How do you get to know? Shastra yonitvat. One meaning. Shastrasyapi yonihi. Brahman. The source of even the Shastra. That's why when you chant the Brahma Sutra, the Shastra yonitvat is repeated twice. So, Prabhuta Matihi, this Mati, born of this Mati, this thinking, the clarity, born of Shastra, born of the Shastra, born of this, the matter contained in the Shastra really, and Agama Prabhuta, Agamena Prabhuta, 3 TP, yeah, Agama Prabhuta Matihi, Anyena iva, Agama Abhignena, anyena eva, that is from the Shastra, the mantra, by another. Who is this other? It is not a meaning. The other is used because it's not a product of coming to some conclusions about yourself by yourself. That is, apne aap jnanam. We don't believe that. If you go to Kumbh Mela, they are not interested in your name or where you came from. They will say, aapka gurusthan kahan hai? Who is your teacher? And if you say, mujhe sab jnaan apne aap mila, they will not even visit you in your tent even once. First of all, they may not give you a little coupon and the permission to set up tent. Because it's a committee of Swamis, they know everybody, they know all lineages. They know who is who. They in fact wrote the book on Swami who's who. They know all the Pithadipatis, they know the Mathadipatis, they know all the heads of all the mutts. And the mutts are what? Thousands of years old. Thousands of years old, unbroken lineage. And on Guru Purnima day, they take the first 16 teachers. That means, at least 16, what is that? Adhipatis are there. Heads, pontiffs like. They offer 16 kinds of, naivedyas for the first 16. The teachers are honored. Or the last 16, starting with the one there. Reigning Adhipati. So they know everything. I mean, these are lineages which are thousands of years old, like Shankaracharya and all these pithas. And here, if you go and say, I am by myself, I just sat in the dark and one day got some big enlightenment, or I sat under a tree and got enlightenment. What kind of enlightenment? Never sit under tree. That's the only thing. So without teaching, who gets? Some teaching is there. No, but Mirabai got. Well, what did we sing today morning? Mori lage lagan, Guru charanana ki. She talks of Guru. Kabir talks about Guru. Nobody gets it by themselves. If you say you got it by yourself, if anyone says that, that means there is some authority issue, some fear that is stopping you from acknowledging where you got this from, because this is not coming out of your, out of your head. This is the knowledge as ancient as time. This is, this is the sacred knowledge. So here, how is this Mati born? Prabhuta agama abhignena acharyena prokta. Anya, that is Anya. Anya is who? The one who is abhignya. Abhignya means abhitaha janati iti abhignaha. Abhitaha means, right as though it is sitting in front. What? Atma. Immediacy. Abhi has an the prefix abhi has an immediacy about it. So immediately knowing with an immediacy, not some remote knowledge. Aparokshena, immediately knowing as though, seeing as though it is sitting right in front. Atma is itself teaching about Atma after sitting in front, as though. Atma, Atma abhignya. So that is called Anyah, means other than your own buddhi. Because why is it that Atma is not a product? Knowing this Atma as free is not a product of some parikalpana, because you can never intuit or infer this knowledge, because your own infrastructure of raga dveshas comes in the way of knowing it properly. The infrastructure comes in the way. That's why it doesn't work to read the Upanishad. Tattvamasi. Yeah, right. What's next? Yeah. Wonderful. Great. Oh, that sounds good. Next. You flip over the page. And that's why people say things like, they come and say, I have read Keno Upanishad, then what? Then I read Kathopanishad, next what? Fir kya? This is called the fir kya psychology. Fir kya? Fir means afterwards what? Yeah. Huh?
What's next?
Yeah, what's next? Fir kya? Fir kya? Fir kya? What's coming next? What's coming next? Open a restaurant. That's all. What should I do after enlightenment? Now I'm enlightened. Now I'm really nervous. What should I do after enlightenment? These are all, confusions, because one is standing in one's own way. Therefore, one cannot see. We saw this earlier in the talk. The Guru photo bomb I was talking about. That is why this Chakshu Unmilanam is there. That is why the Bhagavan that is enshrined in the heart is occluded. The vision is occluded, because that cataract is nothing but the spores of Ajnanam growing over the eyes, and Ajnanam morphed into what? Wrong conclusions about the I am no good, I'll never get this. Who has seen moksha? Please raise your hands. Nobody raising, so nobody will be free. This knowledge will go on and on. This is just, I will neither belong in the mall, nor in the movie house, nor in the temple. I will be ubhaya bhrashta. I will neither be here nor be there. Like the dog of the washerman, Yeah. I told you that story, right? Yeah. Cannot establish monopoly anywhere. Everywhere it is booed out, because it's a temporary fellow. Doesn't fit in anywhere. And then so like this don't become, because this mati is gained with great prabhuta, gained with, in a very sacred way. In prabhuta, the first word is prabhu. Prakarshena bhavati iti prabhu. Prabhuta. From Prabhu it is gained. And who is this Prabhu? This is Shastrameva yonihi yasya, or Shastrasyapi yonihi. That Bhagavan only gives this knowledge through what? Through a person, through the Shastra, of course, and through a person who is the cliff notes of the Shastra. Yeah. So even if you never read the original, you read the cliff notes, you can go write the exam. Yeah. So here also the Guru is like the Cliffananda of the Shastra. This is what it is. Decodes everything and gets it through the barriers. It's like the Guru is playing volleyball. Yeah. And your mind is the net. The mind of the student is the net. And the Guru goes biff and sends a Mahavakya over. And it doesn't, the net changes and goes higher. And then, it doesn't go over. Then the Guru says, let's send it under. Then suddenly there is the net there also. And what is the net asset as a result? Nothing. So therefore one has to do Shravanam, so that this volleyball that is sent. And what is the ball? The ball is Mahavakya, and it's ball because it's Purna. So this, and it is light and airy and limitless too. It contains space. Space is the upalakshana of limitlessness. So, Guru serves the ball, standing way in the back, and the mind of the jiva is the net. And then when it goes over the net, wonderful. Goal, 1, score 1, This is what the whole thing is. So therefore, Atma Abhignaha knows how to play volleyball with the Shishya's mind. Yeah. If the net is too high, what to do? How to, flummox the player into accepting this ball. Yeah, throw from the side, throw from below, throw from above, throw from this side, throw from that side. That's why there are so many Upanishads. First ball is called Kathopanishad. Did not hit, did not go very far. And then what? Kena Upanishad. So here Guru cannot be blamed for having a bad serve. Yeah. Or bad service. It is the mind that needs to do Shravanam so that all the Ragadveshas come down, and despite the Ragadveshas, this knowledge takes place. Because the mind is playing dodgeball. It is not even playing volleyball. The mind is trying to dodge over and under the Mahavakya because of the resistance, fears, blocks and non-understanding, all these things. Therefore, one needs Atma Abhignaha, the one who is able to feed the student the Atma, even if the student is not opening the mouth. That's why I said today, you need an extra dose of compassion and creativity. Like, the mother feeding the child. Not in this country, it's very cruel. In India, in this country, you buy one high chair, and then you strap the poor child in it. And then you say, eat, you give it certain things. Of course, sitting like that, it's going to cry its head off. But you say, no, eat. But that's not what happens. In India, the child is free. And this is usually an activity that happens outside for reasons that you will understand very quickly. And the mother runs after the child with little balls of food, little ghee and rice balls and little sambar rice balls, all these things, And the child is, of course, Krida Saktah, Balaha Tavat, Krida Saktah. And so, so Balas Tavat, Krida Saktah, meaning the child is in childhood always into Krida, play. So the child doesn't have time and doesn't care to eat and doesn't have the viveka, if I don't eat I'm going to collapse or I'm going to have a tantrum very soon. It doesn't think that. It's right in the moment, it's not eating. So the mother who knows that has to feed the child. So she will run behind it. She will say, oh, look at that crow. There will be no crow, and the child will look. Yeah, one ball goes in. Yeah. Tatpada Vakya Vichara. And then what? Then she says, oh, look, what is that baby doing? Its mother is feeding it also. Where it will look? Another one. Tvam pada vichara goes, And then what? Oh, there, look, something is happening. What do you think that is? Which animal do you think? Is it a bird? Is it Superman? What is it? And then one chapter of Gita gone in this. So like this, the assimilation takes place. So even though the Guru doesn't run after the Shishya, literally speaking, with a big bowl of food, the Shishya comes to the Guru, but nonetheless this compassion and this creativity is there in who Atma Abhignya. Not only knows the Atma, the Abhi knows how to communicate this even to the person who doesn't know anything and doesn't want to know also. Even that you can slip past the resistances eventually. And so this is what only then it is known. Only then Acharyena eva. Many evas he uses. Ataha evacha Acharyena eva. And by the Acharya alone, in comparison to what? Tarkikat. In comparison to the Tarkika. Fifth case is for comparison. So better than the Tarkika is the Acharya. Only when told by the Acharya sati, when Sujnanaya bhavati. I told you fourth case is for kshamata, capacity. And the classic example is Yavagu Mutraya Kalpate. Yavagu is barley. Barley is a diuretic, says the Shastra. And so that is how. So, that Kalpate, Mutraya Kalpate, fourth case, for the sake, it has the capacity to function as a diuretic. So, any kidney problems, please take barley water. And so like this, this fourth case, unusual use of the fourth case, Sujnanaya Preshtha, Sujnanaya Bhavati, it becomes capable of knowing. That is how to understand it. He Preshtha, O dearest one, Priyatama, Ka Punaha, Sa Tarka Agamya Matihi Tarka Agamya Matihi iti uchyate. Yeah. So what is this mati? What is this kind of clarity which is tarkena agamya, tarkagamya? That which is not got by this logic or this wool spinning or what is that? The empty conjectures, buddhya parikalpita, buddhya uhita matihi. So what is this which is not gained by the non-shastric ways of thinking? What is that mati? What is that mati that is gained by this, for which the logic is of no use? What is that mati? What is that mati that is not gained by the non-shastric methods? Double negative. Okay? Yeah. Tarka agamya matihi ka sa. All feminine. What is that mati which is not gained by that, logic, etc., by the operation of logic? Iti uchyate. That is now being told in which line? Line number 3 we are going to look at in the mantra. Is this helpful when I point out the lines?
Yes.
Yeah. So line number 3. Yam tvam matihi.
Yam
tvam matihi. Madvara pradanena. Apaha. Praptavan asi. Apaha is aorist of ap. So, aorist construction which translates into Praptavan asi, that you have gained. He has already gained this knowledge. I thought the teaching was going to start now. Acharyavan Purusho Veda. If you have a proper Acharya, you are as good as free. Isn't that nice? Yeah, very nice, wonderful, very comforting thought. Yeah, all I have to do is have an Acharya who knows, and then I will also know. I as good as know. And so this is what is being taught here. How is this mati which is not dushita, adushita matihi, that which is not polluted by wrong logic, wool spinning and just plain empty conjectures, ragadveshas, etc. What does that mati look like? Well, it looks like Nachiketa's mati. So beautiful. Like little Nachiketa's matihi. Yam matihi tvam apaha, which I see you having got. Oh, having got madvara pradanena, through the third boon which you have asked of me. What was the third boon?
Knowing.
Yeah, what survives death, etc. Atma. What is Atma? That was the third boon. He's going to rephrase it better now. But he said, what is Atma? That is my third boon. I want to know. And Yam Tvam Apaha Matihi. That is the mati, this shining mind that I see standing eagerly or sitting eagerly and listening to every word that I say, lapping it up. This mati that has been unspoilt by any wrong logic or empty wool gathering, this is what it looks like. It looks like Nachiketa's mati. And what is this mati? This mati which knows, and knowing, glowing matihi. That is what it is, because the teaching happens through many ways. Yeah. This is again something that Pujya Swamiji told me once, that the teaching happens in there are many ways of teaching, he said. And it's not, it's very, very subtle. If the Shraddha is there and the Shraddha is complete, everything becomes a teaching. And it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Even unintended on part of the teacher. If the teacher does something, it serves as a teaching for the student. This is the beauty of it. So this mati that you have, Madvara pradhanena, because you're already glowing with knowledge. Same thing happened to Satyakama. Satyakama in Chandogya Upanishad. Satyakama is the son of Jabala. Jabala is a woman who was working in many households as a paricharika. Paricharika, servant lady. And then Satyakama grows up to be 7 or 8, sees all the other children going to Gurukula, and he says, me too, I also want to go to Gurukula, mother. And then when you go to Gurukula, you have to have had Upanayanam, thread ceremony. And then after the thread ceremony, you advertise your lineage, and there is a traditional way of introducing yourself to elders. You close the ears. It's all about not letting anything come. That's why we cover the head while teaching and all that. So you close the ears and you say, Abhivadaye. I'm going to now reveal my name, my lineage, everything, my clan name, everything. And so the whole thing, Yajusha Khadhyai and such Sharman, Varman, whatever the last name is revealed, and then then the blessings of the elders are taken. This is the traditional way of introducing. And so when you go to Gurukula, you have to introduce like this to the teacher. And you are not qualified to introduce yourself like this if you don't have Upanayanam, if you have not received Gayatri Mantra. And so therefore what? Therefore he says, I would like to go and I would like to introduce myself like this. So tell me who my father is, so that I can get Upanayanam, I can introduce myself proudly as the son of, both my parents. I only know you. Who is my father? And she, being a very truthful lady, she says, I have no idea who your father is. I worked in so many homes. At some point you were born. That's all I know. And he says, okay, I'll just go to Gurukula, just equipped with this knowledge. And without any shame, on open house day, open admission day, he goes. All the children have come with their parents and everybody is introducing themselves traditionally. This boy has no pride, no shame. He goes and prostrates in front of the teacher, and the teacher says, who are you? Who is your mother? My mother's name is Jabala. And the mother also says that, you don't have to be, ashamed of this. My name is Jabala. You can take my name. From now on, you will be known as Satyakama Jabala. The first instance in history where the mother's name is given. Even now people are wondering. This happened only in India. Yeah. And he says, oh, my name is Satyakama Jabala. Yes. Go tell your teacher that. So he goes to the Guru and he says, my name is Satyakama Jabala. He says, yes, Jabala is your mother's name. Fine, who is your father? And he says in full hearing of everyone, my mother said to tell you that she doesn't know who the father is. She worked in so many houses, at some point I came along. This is what. And the teacher embraces him. And he says that if this is not a Brahmana, I don't know who it is. That is the definition of Brahmana. Brahmani Charati. The one who moves only in truth. This is the boy. He says before anyone, he is the first one to get admission. So that story closes there. And then later on it is picked up again in the Chandogya Upanishad in one of the later chapters. And Satyakama is given a test. Little Satyakama. And what, is he asked to do? He's given one cow. And the teacher says, go and make it 400 and come back. And he sits down in despair. Oh my God. How is this one going to become 400? And when will I get Vedanta? I came for Vedanta, not to start a cow hybrid company. What to do now? He just sat there, kind of disenchanted. Then he heard a roar. Just a mountain lion having some difficulty. What was the difficulty? It was lying on the side. And he cautiously went near it. A big thorn in its paw. And it said, oh, help me. Satyakama said, yeah, right. So that first I help you, and then I help you again by becoming your lunch. No, thank you. He says, no, please help me. I'll make it up to you. Satyakama says, well, maybe he is correct. Right now he's in such a helpless situation, and maybe I'll quickly remove this big thorn and run away before he can turn around and make a U-turn and get his bearings, lick his wounds. And then, the lion engages him in conversation. Why, so you're such a small boy? Why such a long face? He says, well, this cow that you see over there. In fact, he regretted it the moment he said that, because that's lunch too. It has to become 400 and I don't know how, and I don't want to wait for so long. I want to know about Brahman. He says, I'll teach you 1/4 of Brahman. Lion says. So just take the thorn out. This can be a nice thing. And then he takes the thorn out. We don't know what the lion taught, but the lion taught him something. This is what Pujya Swamiji meant. There are many ways of teaching. And then like this, the cow then becomes 10 cows, 15 cows. He takes them for pasture. Then he meets a heron. And like this he meets three animals. The last one is a heron. Poor thing has got a fish bone is stuck in the throat. And of course he's afraid to put his hand because it could, injure him. But he takes the fish bone out and it says, I will give you the third quarter of Brahman. Quarter and all is not there. This is Brahman cannot be quartered. This is just for the story. Yeah. Little more clarity. And then the cows become 400. He goes back jubilant to the teacher. And the teacher says, your face shines with knowledge. Tell me, what do you know? And by that time the person really hardly needs to be taught. And then he says, no, I'm still missing the key piece. You have to teach me that. And then he tells, I'll tell you what all I know. The lion taught me this, the monkey taught me this, the heron taught me this. But really what you teach me is only what is going to make it complete. He says that. And so so these stories tell us that the preparation is 9/10 the knowledge. And Nachiketa is shining with preparation. So the knowledge is assured. That's why he can use the aorist, the past passive perfect sense, of up to gain. You who have already gained. How can you say it with such alacrity? Because of the depth of the preparation. The depth of the preparation is such that anything is possible. This knowledge is really child's play. So really we focus on Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. And if anyone thinks that these are names of Indian dishes, please come and see me immediately after class. Okay? So that is what he says. Praptavan asi Satya Avitatha Vishaya Dhritihi Yasya. So Satya Dhritihi is being decoded here. Etymology is being given. Satya Dhritihi Yasya. Simple. But he qualifies Satya by Avitatha Vishaya. Very interesting formation. Tatha means what? Thus, in this manner, tatha. Yatha means what? In which manner? Tatha means in this manner. Vitatha means not in this manner. Correct? Avitatha, not in this manner, meaning in this manner. Like na akam. Kam means Brahma. Akam, not Brahma. Na akam, Brahma again. So, like this. Avitatha. Avitatha Vishaya. A Vishaya that is never atatha. Always tatha, tatha, tatha. Unchanging. Avitatha means unchanging. Unchanging, constant truth of oneself. That which is the subject matter is that, and you have Satya Dhriti. So, with regard to this Avitatha Vishaya, with this regard to this Avitatha Vishaya, what is that? This constant subject matter, your perseverance, Dhriti, has been true. You have clung on to this despite all the things that I offered you. Dhritihi Yasya Sattvam Satyadhritihi
Satyadhritihi
Bata asi
Bata asi
Iti Anukampayan
Anukampayan
Aha Mrityuhu Nachiketasam
Nachiketasam
Vakshyamana
Vakshyamana
Vijnana Stutaye.
Stutaye.
Yeah. So bata means what? It's a aho. It's like a exclamation of wonder. Look at you. Look at your shining face. Look, you have already as good as the knowledge is already in the bag for you. You don't even have to work because you have such a pure mind, pure hearted one, free of ragadveshas. That is what you are. Satyadhritihi bata asi iti anukampayan, out of compassion. Lord Yama said, what did he say to, who did he say to Nachiketasam? Unto Nachiketa. What did he say? Why did he say this? Vakshyamana, future. Vakshyamana, that which is to be told. Future plus present participle. So Vakshyamana, potential participle. So Vakshyamana means that which is going to be told. Vidyastutaye, in order to praise the vidya that is going to be told. Why praise the knowledge that is going to be taught? It's going to be taught anyway. The praise is the appetizer to make it more, rochanatmakam. Shrotru buddhihi prarochanartham. In order to whet the appetite of the buddhi of the shrotas, of the listeners, like ourselves, all the people who are studying this Upanishad, to make them have this akanksha. What next? What's going to come next? Oh my God, it is so wonderful. Like this. So, Tvadrik Tvatulyaha Naha Asmabhyam Bhuyat Bhavatat Bhavati Anyaha Putraha Shishyo va Prashta Tvadrik. I told you already. Drik, Drishau, Drishaha. Drik means seer, but here it means like. Tvadrik, like you. Like you. Who is this like you? Tvattulyaha, like yourself alone. Naha means for us, asmabhyam. And here he is talking about all teachers. May all teachers have students like you. Bhuyat, bhavatat. An alternate form is bhavatat, bhuyat, ashirling. It's a message of blessing. Lord Yama is blessing all teachers to have students like Nachiketa. Anyaha, putraha, shishya, bhavatat, putraha shishyova. So the questioners, the students may be your own children, the students may be other students who are not your children, doesn't matter. May all of them be questioners, and the seekers, prashta here doesn't mean questioner, seeker of knowledge, be like you, O Nachiketa. Kidrik Yadriktvam He Nachiketah Prashta. Yeah, so Kidrik means like whom? Like you yourself. Yadriktvam asi, just like how you are. May all teachers be blessed with students like Nachiketa. And meaning he is visibly moved. Anukampayan means visibly moved. He is blessing Nachiketa. He is seeing how fortunate he is, And then he recalls, because most of this teaching is recalling what one has learned. It's really not teaching, it's recalling. So, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahma means Madartham Smara. That's what the student is saying. Please remember how you were taught, along with the methodology, etc. You please remember how you were taught. Madartham Smara. For my sake, you please remember along with the methodology of how your teacher taught you, and please communicate this to me. And then, so, he was already Anukampayan, he was moved by Nachiketa, and he became a little vulnerable. And then he recalled his days. And he says, you know what? I'll tell you something. He says, I knew that this Nachiketa Agni that I taught you. What is Nachiketa Agni? Fire ritual for going to Swarga. Which kind of Swarga? Brahmaloka. To have tea with Hiranyagarbha. Correct? Yeah. High tea with Hiranyagarbha. HH. Yeah. and so what is the whole object of this? This is the outer shore of samsara. You don't go beyond samsara, you're still within samsara. So what's the point of being within samsara? So it is easy to come back. That's the only thing. Why do you want to come back? You don't, but your punya runs out, and then right in the middle of Rambha Urvashi duet, you are asked to go. The chute opens, chutihi happens, and then you're crying in a hospital bed, wondering why the doctor is taking out blood, This is what it is. And this is what the whole thing is. Uncomfortable in this body, too hot, too cold, put under some ultraviolet light because this jiva had jaundiced. Jaundice, J for jaundice, J for jiva. And they have to put the baby under ultraviolet light and close the lids and everything so that it gets over this congenital jaundice. All these things are there and it's hating the light, it gets itchy and very mad. And then if it remembers anything, the first thing it will be remembering is how did that play turn out? Urvashi Rambha dance drama. Wonder what the ending was. This is what it is. So the punya can run out like that, and so this thing is not enough. Yeah, I knew all this. I knew this was impermanent. Janami aham. Janata maya api. Even though I knew this, even though this knowing me, I could not resist, because the Nachiketa Agni has to be done perfectly 3 times to go to Brahmaloka, correct? One time he did, and Yami said that's enough. Who is Yami? Mrs. Yama. Yeah. Mrs. Yama said that now that's enough. Let's not get ourselves into trouble. And besides, do you see that there is no ghee for cooking meal tomorrow? You have used all the ghee for this yajna. He says, okay, I'm going shopping. I'm going. Yeah. I'm going to Whole Foods. He says. I'm going. And then what? Then the next time he did it at night so that Yami would not see. Because she was cold. She's a very practical lady, as we have found out. And she was cold, so he did it at night. Then also she caught him. She said, why isn't he come to bed yet? What is happening? I smell a yajna. Smell of roasting ghee is coming. And she got up, searched for her night slippers and came out to the living room, and there he is chanting the mantras and pouring the ghee. And then she says, are you out of your mind? I told you not to do this. It's only finite, results will come. Just go find an acharya, go to Prajapati. Well, I'm not, I'm not that interested in that. This is, I'm just eager to see what will happen. I just want to see what will happen. Then she just gives it up and goes back to bed. The third one, now he finds out he cannot do it in the house. The third one he doesn't, because she's got a very good olfactory nerves. She can smell ghee burning a mile away. And so he does the third one in the garage. Yeah. With the car running. So that the noise is all distracted. He does it in the garage, the third yajna, and he says, okay, because he had an itch in his palm. He was like, I just want that chamas. What is chamas? That ghee, that pouring chammach. That's how the word chammach has come. Chamas. That chammach is called chamas. Even now spoon in Hindi is called chammach. It is from chamas. That chamas with which it is poured. He wanted to hold it. He wanted to just go. He says, okay, I'm not going to do yajna. He's a yajnaholic. And I'm just going to hold the chamas and smell the ghee. It's so good. And then, all right, just a little pour. A little tiny fire, like the size of a tea lamp. And then, well, a few more little toothpicks. Toothpick fire. Okay, matchsticks. Okay, twigs. Okay, big, a cord of wood nicely put into it. And then suddenly, before he knows, it becomes a huge yajna. He can't help himself, And he does the third yajna, and then suddenly he is recalled to become the celestial. Because he was curious. He looked at all the devatas and said, well, wonder what that's like to be a devata for a long time. No janjat, no problems, no cooking, no cleaning. You just have to sniff the food and you're satisfied. Devaha paroksha priyaha. That's why you do naivedyam like that, finished. They are satisfied, they are happy. No cooking, no cleaning. And if there is no cooking, definitely no need to sit in the bathroom at all. So practical. Yeah, no problem. And no cleaning, no buying pots and pans, no, cleaning, washing up the pots. Why? There is no washing. Nothing is needed. You just sit and then everybody says, wow. And you just take your right hand and say, yeah. You smile a lot. And then you bless. And then you smile some more. And then you bless some more. This is such a good life. I wish I could have it. He got what he wanted. Because there are all these tathastu devatas. They keep saying tathastu, so be thus, so be this, so be thus, so be it, so be it. That's why, when we were small, our elders told us, don't ever think anything bad. And be careful what you ask for, because you may get it. Tathastu, tathastu, that's all. They are one monosyllabic, one word devatas. Tathastu, that's all they know how to say. How are you feeling today? Tathastu. Do you need anything? Tathastu. So, did you sleep well? Tathastu. That's all they know how to say. May it be so. That's what it means. And so he wished, his sankalpa was strong, and he had done this big ghora yajna, this huge yajna, ghora ayasa matrena, through all this ayasa, putting all this effort and, going shopping and bringing things and offering into the fire. And he got this yamya padam, and Bhagavan has a sense of humor because he was so interested in being a celestial, and he gave up the desire for the knowledge, even though he knew that was a better pursuit. And so therefore what? He became the head of the clearing warehouse of all the jivas. Yeah. He has to put the jiva on assembly lines, human track, animal track, tree track, amoeba track, snail track, all these different various things. Yeah. This is the irony. And so he recalls that and he says, you are so unflinching, and even I got a little sidetracked, and of course I gained the knowledge afterwards, but now I'm paying for it through the Yamya Pada and leading this life. You who are so young have even, atirichyate, meaning atirichyase, you are even gone beyond me in this matter. You are so much more qualified than I was. And so this very touching verse where Lord Yama reveals his humility, and his he's truly a jnani, because he's talking about the past, and he's able to talk about the past with such clarity, because really speaking, that past has no bearing on him now. He has kind of embraced it and gone beyond it. Very beautiful. Janamyaham Shevadhihi iti anityam nahi adhruvaihi prapyatehi dhruvam tat tato maya nachiketah chitognihi nityaihi anityaihi dravyaihi praptavan asmi nityam. Yeah, so janami aham, very simple. Aham janami, I know. What do I know? Shevadhihi iti, shevadhihi anityam iti janami. Iti janami, I know this. What do I know? Shevadhihi. Shevadhihi means treasure. What is treasure? Karmaphala is the treasure. Why? Because you have to keep it safely so you can enjoy the celestial life. And the, Swargavasa, etc. So karma phala is called nidhi because it is kept safely. So janami aham shevadhihi anityam. I know that this treasure called karma phala is anitya. What is anitya? Impermanent, finite. So what else did you know? I also knew nahi, not indeed, adhruvaihi. Adhruvaihi means by using the means that are impermanent. Adhruvaihi dravyaihi, by materials that are impermanent. Adhruvaihi karmana, karmabhihi. Adhruvaihi karmabhihi, through karma that is finite. Is karma finite or infinite? Finite. And all the karakas in karma also finite. All the materials used in yajna, finite. Everything is finite, 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 finite. So using the finite, adhruvaihi, dhruvam na prapyate. I knew this. So na prapyate is not gained. What is that I want? Dhruvam, constant, unchanging, infinite, uncreated. So if a lot of limited things are put together, do they make unlimited? No. Limited plus limited? Limited. Limited squared. Limited plus limited plus limited, limited cube, etc. So limited plus limited is not limitless. That's how people get married. Yeah, it's not limitless, it's doubly limited. And then what? So he knew two things. First thing he knew is that the karma phala is finite. But that is not enough to know. Second thing he already knew is that using the finite one cannot produce the infinite. The infinite is not a product, it is myself alone. He knew that. Adhruvaihi, dhruva means certain, changeless, constant, infinite. Adhruva, opposite of all that. So adhruvaihi, the instrumental case, using adhruva things, I will never get dhruva. He knew that also. So what else did you know? These two things I knew. But still, did I act on this knowledge? No, I did not. Tataha maya, tato maya. Tataha means not therefore here, in spite of this. Here, tataha means in spite of knowing this. Maya, secretly, chitaha was lighted. Nachiketa agni was lighted, this fire that takes me to the shore of samsara, where I can see the other samsaris lapping up and down, bobbing up and down. I thought I could go to the shore to get a view and have a little, tea with, Hiranya, for short, because for love. Yeah, we are on first name basis now. So I thought I would have tea with, Hiranya, and then I thought I would just look at what Brahmaloka, everybody is eulogizing, everybody wants to go there. Why? Let me also go there. And Yami kept saying, I will send you to Yajnaholics Anonymous. But still I did not listen. I did not listen to Yami. Yeah. And what did I do? Tataha means not therefore. In spite of this. We see fact 1. What is the fact 1? Shevadhihi iti anityam janami. Shevadhihi anityam iti janami. Fact number 1. I already knew janami has to be taken in the past. I already knew. I knew, it has to be taken janata maya. In spite of my knowing that this karma phala is finite. Fact number 2. In spite of knowing that the finite does not produce the infinite. Still, despite knowing these two things, I was tempted enough to, what? To gain this celestial padavi, yamya padam, yama plus shanj, yamya padavi. Yeah, yamyam means belonging to yama, yamahood, that is what it is called, yama status. So like I said, adi vriddhi tegya becomes ya, yam, yam, yeah. Not yum yum, yeah. Yamya padam, yeah. So then, tataha maya, in spite of this, by me, Nachiketa agni chitaha. Chitaha means was lit. From ching, chayane, to collect. So first the wood was collected, chitaha, lit. Yeah. And then what happened? Now look at me, he says. what they say is untrue. This is an ironic comment, very beautiful. He says what they say is untrue. Adhruvaihi na prarthate, adhruvaihi na prapyate nityam is untrue. Look at me. I have got dhruva, I have got nityatvam. Even using the finite wood and the finite ghee and the finite amount of effort and time it took to do 3 times Nachiketa Agni, along with the fine and finite meditation that went along with it, I have still gained the infinite. Nityatvam I have gained. What kind of Nityatvam? Apekshika Nityatvam. As though Nityatvam. Nitya means, as long as there is samsara, Yama will be there, because people have to be harvested. The jivas, who else will harvest? Yeah, Yama's job is like the meter person, who comes and gives a ticket. It's completely opposite of the mail carrier. Mail carrier, everybody greets, hi, how are you? What do you have for me? Oh, I'll take it right here. No need to come to the mailbox. They are so helpful. And Christmas time, they will leave cookies and chocolates in the mailbox. Halloween time, they'll leave a jack in the box. So the mail carrier means everybody is very, very friendly. But meter person, when you see, you scowl. Meter person, of course, is always scowling because no job satisfaction. Nobody likes the person. And then you try to drive away before they come. And they run after you, saying that I had already clocked you. I know your license plate number. I'm going to send the ticket home. All these things they will say. So this ticket cop, meter person, Yama is like that. Nobody is pleased to see him. But he is stuck with his Yamya Padam. So Adhruvaihi, who said na prapyate dhruvam? Who said dhruvam is not gained? I have gained this nityatvam. Nobody wants it, even I don't want it, but I now have it. It's a kind of a pun on the word nitya. What is it? It's a anitya nityatvam. Yeah, apekshika nityatvam. Kind of nityatvam, but meaning just hanging eternally for a time, for a long time. That's what the whole thing is. So this is Yama's life. Yama's life is very long. As long as samsara lasts, Yama is not going anywhere. So this is a very nice verse. Very what's the word for it? It shows a certain sense of humor. Yama's special tongue-in-cheek humor. It shows a certain artlessness and something that he's going to iterate later on. And he says that na kaschit gopayitum ichhati. There is nothing to protect. Yeah, it's an artless admission. Look, this is where I slipped, and you are even beyond that. So many things I didn't know. So many things even knowing I did. In spite of knowing this, look at me, I did. But you, look at you, very beautiful. And it shows absolute that there is no feeling, not a single feeling of vairi, like what is that? That enmity or this asuya. What is asuya? Jealousy, envy. Like, oh, how come you are so qualified? I'm going to put you down because I don't like you, because I was not that qualified. So I'm not going to, this is sometimes happens, with in other than Brahma Vidya, this happens. The teacher of cooking will teach everything except the main ingredient, secret ingredient. Yeah. And sometimes they'll mislead also. Put it on high flame and quickly go like this. Then there is aikya of pot, fire and the contents. Oneness is immediately produced. Yeah. So they will mislead also. And the music guru will teach everything except the finer points. Sometimes. Because they are afraid that somebody will excel them. Here Yama is showing himself to be a true teacher of Brahma Vidya, because only in Brahma Vidya there is no feeling of competition at all. It doesn't even come. It's not possible to come. Because if you know Brahman as everything, then who are you jealous of? Who are you competing with? It's all you. And you are everything. And the person that you are supposedly jealous of is also you. And in fact, one is so grateful that there are other people who are doing many things better than you. It's such a wonderful feeling. So this is where Yama is coming from. And in showing this, he's showing himself to be a true teacher of Brahma Vidya. He's not putting himself down here. He's in fact adding to his, abharana as the teacher of Brahma Vidya, because he's not really trying to compete with the student at all. Janami aham shevadhihi nidhihi karmaphala lakshanaha nidhihi iva prarthyate iti. Yeah, so janami aham, I know this. What do I know? Shevadhihi means nidhihi, treasure, which is what characterized here by karmaphala, standing for karmaphala. Nidhihi iva prarthayate asmat, tasmat nidhihi uchyate. Why? Because it is prayed to almost a precious thing karmaphala is, and I am guarding it, and praying for it earnestly. Just like one prays for wealth, one prays for karmaphala. That is why it is called shevadhihi, nidhihi for short. Asau anityam anityah iti janami. Yeah, asau shevadhihi, this shevadhi is anitya. Anityam actually should be anityah. This shevadhihi is anityah iti janami. I know that this to be temporary, time bound. Anitya here means time bound. I know this karmaphala to be gained in time and lost in time. That is what is time bound means. I know this very well. I knew this very well. Nahi yasmad anityaihi dhruvaihi nityam dhruvam tat prapyate paramatmakhyah shevadhihi. Yeah, so up till now we saw fact number 1. What do I know? Karmaphala is time bound. Now fact number 2. Nahi, not indeed, yasmat, because anityaihi adhruvaihi nityam dhruvam tat prapyate, meaning out of the time bound does not come the timeless. Timeless does not come because it is not. When will it come? Already the question when is coming, correct? When means what? Then you have to say time. Time is involved in the question when. So timeless doesn't come. It simply is, and it is you, and it is called Paramatma. What is that Paramatma? Atma alone with Param in the front. That's all. That is what it is. With your Param means beyond it there is nothing else to know. That you alone is that timeless I that you seek to know. So that is the real Shevadhihi. That is the real treasure. That is what you really treasure. That is that is the Shevadhi I wanted, but I settled for this. I wanted that Shevadhi because this is what is myself alone. I knew Paramatmakhyam, this is Bhagavan. That Shevadhi is Bhagavan, and this Bhagavan is the indweller of this body, mind, sense complex. It's no small thing. And I also knew, fact number 2, Anityaihi, Adhruvaihi, what is that? Adhruvaihi, Dhruvam tat na prapyate. So using means that are time bound, the timeless is not produced. I knew that very well. And the timeless is called Paramatmakhya Shevadhihi. This Shevadhi called Bhagavan as the truth of myself. Yastu Anitya Sukhatmakah Shevadhihi Sa eva Anityaihi Dravyaihi Prapyate. Yeah. Yahatu, whereas only the time bound produces another thing that is time bound. So what comes out of the time bound? Time bound. Yeah. It's like when the cat has babies, puppies are not born. Kittens are born. When puppies has babies, dogs have babies, puppies are born. Kittens are not born. So like this, it is in keeping with a kind of effort and in keeping with a class, because here, what is Adhruva Mithya? mithya and the mithya karta with mithya karma phala, with mithya ayasa, mithya fire, mithya ghee. How will it produce satyam? Mithya only is reproduced and karma phala is mithya, more mithya. That's all it is. That's all it is saying. So, whereas Paramatmakhya Shevadhihi na prapyate, it is your being yourself alone, it is not gained. But this Anitya Shevadhihi, like in the form of better life, better luck next time, better life next time, many happy returns, all this is gained. Small things. In life is gained, and that is gained through karma phala. It is being clarified. He yataha tataha tasmat maya janata api nityam nitya sadhanaihi na prapyate iti. Yeah, let's stop there. It's a long sentence. So, he means because. He yasma yataha tataha. Because the condition was like this. What was the condition? Fact number 1, I knew this was all whatever. And fact, I knew this was finite, time bound. Fact number 2, I knew also that this is not going to lead me anywhere other than more finiteness. Even though the situation was like this, still maya janata api, even though I knew this, by the knowing me, okay, unknowing me did this fine, but the knowing me, janata maya, present participle, janata maya, janan, and then janata becomes the third case. So janata qualifies maya, by me, by the knowing me, nityam, nitya sadhanaihi na prapyate iti, even though I knew, what did I do? Nachiketagnihi chitah anityaihi dravyaihi pashvadhibihi swargasukha sadhana bhuta agnihi nirvartitah ityarthah. So having full knowledge that this is not going to lead me anywhere, still being the yajnaholic at that time, chitaha maya nachiketagnihi. But Nachiketa was not there at that time. Why it is called Nachiketagni? Yeah, but at that time it was not named Nachiketagni. It's once he has given, he doesn't forget. This is what it is. He remembers. And to honor Nachiketa, he has called it that. So whether he is referring to the past, even before it was named, it is now. Whenever it is referred to, it is Nachiketa. So he says, Tataha maya janata api janata maya. By the knowing me, this fire ritual was engaged in. Chitaha, I engaged in this fire ritual. And then, and anityaihi dravyaihi. So what is this anitya? All the materials used. Ajyam, Pashu, all these things, whatever it is, sometimes they put this, leaves, and then all these things, laddus, all these things they put, animals, they sacrifice, all these things, it's only Kamya Karma, this is Kamya Karma, only in Kamya Karma, which was optional, and if you really wanted, that life force offering was there for certain things. So, Pashu Ajyadi Bhihi, the Pashu is Anitya, Ajyam is Anitya. Ajyam means the precursor of ghee. Almost ghee is called Ajyam. And this almost ghee, you leave it on the counter and then it just becomes almost, the ghee drops. Sheshaha ghee asakhi, it becomes very unfriendly. There is a sutra. Sheshaha ghee asakhi, Sheshaha ghee asakhi. Anyway, never mind. So it was just my personal fun. So there are certain words which have ghee sanya. So anyway, so don't worry about that. That was just my own little joke for myself. So so Nadi and ghee. So and then what happens here is that if you leave Ajya, is anitya only. If you leave it on the counter, it doesn't become nitya. Yeah. After a while, what happens? Yeah, it is completely, finite ghee. The ghee drops, fine drops. It's only just a residue of itself. It cannot be used at all. And so therefore all these dravyas, the materials are anitya. Waterlogged wood becomes waterlogged. 2 Eugene rains is needed. That's enough. Eugene is the most unfriendly place for yajna. Yeah. This is how it is. That's why there are so many mumukshus. That's why there are so many jignasus. Isn't that nice? Wow. So anyway, so this is the whole thing. Very beautiful, so beautiful. And it says here, so anityaihi dravyaihi, I knew I used all the anitya things that go off very quickly. I used all of them in the yajna. Yeah. Everything with a shelf life, with the expiry date, everything I put in. Paneer, laddus and this thing, and what else do they put? Big chaklis and payasam and all these things, highly volatile. You keep it out for 1 hour, finished. Yeah, can't even look at it. And then it becomes a science project. And so therefore, I used highly, volatile, highly flammable things. I used and put in the things because they were with a short shelf life, expecting nityatvam. I did that. And then what? Anityaihi, sadhanaihi. Even though I did not expect this, I still put this. Janata api, I did this. Nachiketagni, anityaihi dravyaihi, pashu adibhihi. What happens? Why did I do this? Because they are the means. Bhutam, means. They are known as the means. Bhutam, Swarga Sukha Sadhana Bhutena. Swarga Sukha Sadhana Bhutaihi, Anityaihi, Dravyaihi, Pashwadibhihi, Maya, Chitam, Nirvartitam. What was done? So by this, that which is a means for the ladder to go to heaven. So the rungs of the ladder are the ghee, the chaklis and everything, the dosas that you put in the fire. Not dosa, some appam. What is that? Yeah, some sweet rice balls. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, rice balls and all you put. Sweet jaggery rice balls like this. You put that, and then this is what, after putting this, why did I do this? Because they were seen as, the little chariot that's going to take me on a ride out of to a vista point where I could watch samsara and then feel happy, and somewhere far away I would go on a little holiday. So this is what happened to me. He says, I indulge in this. Nirvartitam, nirvartitaha maya means nirvartitam maya means it was accomplished. Nivartitam means removed. But you put that other ni and nis. You put nis plus vartitam means nirvartitam, accomplished. Nivartitam, returned. No, but here it is nir. Don't miss that small repha. Nirvartitam maya ityarthaha tena aham adhikara apannah nityam yamyam sthanam swargakhyam nityam apekshikam praptavan asmi. So tena aham, through this, aham adhikara apannah. So I have become a big adhikari, I have become a big official. I have become a big official. Where here heaven doesn't, Swarga doesn't mean heaven, in a celestial place. Because remember, Yama is not allowed in heaven. Yeah. So in a celestial realm, here Swarga means celestial Swargakhyam, in a place, heaven-like place, in a celestial realm it has to be taken. And I have gained my own nityatvam. What kind of nityam you have gained? Yamya padavim praptavanaham. I have gained Yama's position. And Yama is relatively nitya, meaning that if you are comparing yourself to Yama, guess who will go first? That's all it means. If I am comparing myself to Yama, definitely my lifespan, Yama will wait for my lifespan to be over, no matter what I do, including life support. No matter what I do to extend it, Yama will wait for my lifespan to be over before he turns his card, Yama card, identity card in. Meaning what? Until the last jiva has been harvested, he is going to be around. Apekshika nityam, it is explained. Apekshika nityam tadvat praptavan asmi. So look at this irony. I wanted nityam. Boy, did I get nityam. Yeah, what kind of nityam? It's like Kumbhakarna's brother. Ravana's brother Kumbhakarna. You know what Kumbhakarna did? He was just full of tamas and fat, always just ate, big fellow, and not fat, big, huge, and he was just always sleeping and in tamas. Ravana was a great Samavedi, Brahmana, a bhakta of Shiva, and Shiva of course is very quick to come as soon as you pray, Ashutoshaha, and then he prayed and Shiva came, what do you want? And then how, just like when the Swami comes, even the reluctant children are dragged to get the blessings of the Swami. They don't want to go anywhere near the Swami. But the mother will say, go, touch the feet. Go, chant Guru Stotram. You have to go right now. And the child unwillingly goes, because mother said, father said. So like this, this whole dragging was, Kumbhakarna was dragged by, Ravana. And he was schooled on the way to meet Lord Shiva. Ask for Nitya. This is the only thing to ask for. Ask for Nitya. And Ravana had got two boons. One he was going to give to his brother. He was a very generous fellow. And Kumbhakarna, forgot the word Nitya when Lord Shiva appeared in all resplendence. Oh, both of you are here. What do you want? And this fellow pushed him in front. Nitya. He should have said. He said, Nidra. And right there he fell asleep. Because Shiva's boons are very efficacious. And Ravana was very cross, even though it was Lord Shiva. He says, look at what have you done. How are we going to get him home? When Ravana, his brother Kumbhakarna sleeps, it's like Skinner's Butte. How are you going to take it home? Yeah, that mountain in Eugene. Skinner Butte lying there. That is how. See, Ravana was very cross with Lord. Look at what you have done. Did you take him seriously? Couldn't you understand through your Divya Drishti, through your, foresight that he is asking for Nitya? He says, well, I just went with what was asked. He asked for Nidra, I gave him. And Ravana was further crossed because he had to use up his own boon to ratify that boon, to mitigate that boon. He says, all right, do something. Take my boon and do something. He says, I can't take it back. Once it is given, it's given. But half the year, he will sleep. Half the year, he will be awake. So you see what happens when people ask for Nityatvam and don't mean it? This is what happens. So this is Lord Yama's story. And locally we know, from Sri Lanka we know, Kumbhakarna's story. Yeah. What a chore it was to wake him up. So he was the commander-in-chief of the battle. Yeah. All the, they called all the oil sellers in Sri Lanka. Every one of them. And then put a big, all the vats of oil were heated up. All the deforestation in Sri Lanka is because of the firewood gathered to heat up this oil. Yeah. For Kumbhakarna. And then they put a scaffolding because they had to climb Skinner's Butte and put it in his ear. So they put all the oil, and for him it was nothing. All these vats of oil they put and they ran away. And he just went like this and continued to sleep. Then they had one more big vat of oil, they put that, and he got annoyed and he turned over, and creating the first oil spill in history. This is what he did. So we have to be very careful what we ask for. This, even through this, Lord Yama is teaching. Yeah, what kind of Nitya you want. Don't ask for Anitya, Nitya. Very good attention for almost 2 hours. I'm so proud of all of you. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. One more song you can sing. That was nice. Something.